loose, so you might flop around a little bit. But, you know, I'm out here driving. I forget exactly where I'm at. I think I'm in Galt, or close to it anyway. Man, it was like full-on sunshine when I left. I'm like, I gotta get out and chase that light. You know, I loaded up a roll of Portra 400. That's what I'm shooting today. If the light comes back, I did bring my medium format with some foam band in case of something like this. But I'm driving around. I've been through these roads a number of times, and you know, there's cool, nice scenery, but there's nothing I need to jump out and get a shot of. You know, I did see some badass looking. They weren't quite Texas Longhorns, but they were the California big old fucking horn bulls out there, and but it looked like it was a little bit of an unfriendly place. And you know, the only place I could get a shot of those longhorns is well, they weren't proper longhorns, but you know what I mean. You know, big old fucking horns on these steers, and but it didn't look like one of those places I was going to be able to get to without somebody coming out and mugging me and saying, you know, why don't you just get back in your truck and piss off, you know. So I didn't do that. But that was the only thing I've really seen that looks at all interesting. So anyway, this is going to be a different sort of video because I'm going to, since I can't really do POV or anything today, I'm just going to fill in with some unfinished previous episodes that I never ended up finishing or filming the wraparounds for. So the first one I'm going to show you is from back last summer when I went to Stockton Rural Cemetery to get a picture of Russ Meyer's grave. Russ Meyer, the director from Faster Pussycat Kill Kill. I had to wear my shirt, of course. And yeah, so let's take a look at that, and then I'll be back with you. So we're in Stockton, not my favorite place in the world. I actually generally try to avoid Stockton unless I have to show up for fucking jury duty or something, but this is about as far into Stockton as I've been in a long time. And yeah, I don't care for it, but the cemetery ought to be fairly close here. Alright, here we are. Looks a little smaller than I remember, but I think it goes back further. Now I just got to find a place to park. Starting to get kind of busy out here. I think whatever funeral was going on is over, so getting a lot of people coming back. But I haven't found either Russ Meyer's grave or the location that I remember from the photo shoot I did years ago. I'm looking for both of them. I haven't seen them yet, but the Petroflex doing pretty good. I really like the old lens on this thing. It's fantastic. Very retro, or not retro, but vintage. I think it's going to come out nice. I've actually only shot with it once or twice, and neither time came out all that great because of the film stock I was using. I think it was Agfa Copex Rapid 50, which I did not develop correctly. I really should give that film stock another go. But yeah, Stockton Rural Cemetery. I definitely misspoke when I said it was smaller than I remember. It's just you got to get out of the vehicle and walk it. All right, finished up with the Petroflex, switched over to the Pentax. So now I'm just looking for Russ Meyer's grave. I think I found it on the map, but I'm not entirely sure, but I'm headed in that direction. Let's see. Okay, so apparently I was actually in the wrong place. I'm not even in the Stockton Rural Cemetery. I'm in San Joaquin Catholic Cemetery. I forgot there's two cemeteries right next to each other. They're not the same one. So I spent the last 20 minutes looking around for Russ Meyer's grave. He's not even here. He's next door. So I gotta get out of here, and then I'm gonna go to the right cemetery. Good thing I figured this out while I still got a bunch left. I'm only on shot number 7 on my Pentax, and I should have about 30 shots, so I should have plenty of room left. So now I'm on to the actual Stockton Rural Cemetery. Okay, now we're coming to the right place. So yeah, I was just in the wrong cemetery, but now I'm in the right one. And from the entrance, I should be, what I'm looking for should be on the left. I don't like this bump here. This already looks way cooler. Yeah, I was just in the wrong place. I gotta find a spot to park. Well, I could see it from a good distance away. It's a red grave. And I just happened to squint and read it. There it is. King of the Nudies. I was glad to do it. Film producer and director. Okay, I just finished up my roll from the Pentax, and that is going to do it for Stockton Rural Cemetery. I didn't get everything that I wanted, but I did find that location from my old photo shoot back in the day. I wasn't going to sweat that too much. I mean, I already have a picture of it with a model, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but I found it. So I shot it, and yeah, I basically got everything I came out here for. I could keep going if I really wanted to, because there are some more cool spots up here, but I can always come back another day. I did bring along, the reason I say I can keep going is because I did bring along my Olympus 6 with the Rolleifoma Pen 100, which you saw, whoa, bump there, which you saw in the last episode. But I think I'm pretty happy, so I'm gonna head home and develop this film now. All right, moment of truth. Do we have negatives? Ooh, wow. Yes, we do. See, this is a short one. Oh, part of it got cut off. That's okay. So I'm assuming this was the Petroflex. Nice. Okay, so that looks okay. They're pretty dense. So this might have been a little bit overexposed. In fact, I can see some light leakage, so it might well have been. Second one here. Now, I didn't have any indicator on the Pentax to know whether or not the aperture priority was working properly. These look like better looking negatives to me. Oh yes. Looks like it worked just fine. Perfect. Let's give them a scan and see how they look. Okay, so I wasn't able to update beforehand, but I did decide on an idea. By the way, the light's back, so thank goodness for that. And I did find an idea when I was getting bored with the country roads. that I might as well just head up to Sacramento. And I had this idea that maybe, if time and light permit, I would just do this reel of starting at the Capitol building and then working my way back and finishing the roll in my backyard. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Stop everywhere, Elk Grove, Galt, just try to hit up cool spots anywhere in between. And so I did that. I went to Capitol Park. I was trying to get a shot of it, but it's just such a bitch to get into the city, get downtown, find parking, figure out how to use the stupid modern parking meters, because I haven't used one of those fucking things since they took quarters. It's been a while, folks. So yeah, I did all that. Got about first half a dozen shots around the Capitol. I didn't get really anything good of the Capitol building. I kind of got a half-assed shot of the back of the Capitol building. So I was like, I'm not going all the fucking way around. I already paid fucking $6 for an hour. And no, I'm not fucking with this. I already got my shots. I was actually more interested in the park because there was some really beautiful scenery. So I did that instead. Now I'm going to Elk Grove. I'm going to go to the Elk Grove Park and get some stuff there. I've shot a bit of Old Town Elk Grove before, so I'm probably not going to do that. Actually, I've done it twice before. I did once on a roll of Ilfa color that unfortunately I shot with a Pentax Spotmatic that unfortunately the mirror locked up before I even finished that roll. And then I tried it again with a roll of Delta 100, and that just didn't come out somewhere in the development. That got screwed up. So anyway, so I'm not going to mess with that again. I'm going to try Elk Grove Park instead. And then we'll see if there's something interesting I haven't already shot in Galt. And then I might do one or two little shots while we have decent light downtown Lodi. And then I'm going to see if it's at all possible by 5 o'clock to make it to Ulmer's in Stockton, which is where I get my color developed. And yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, well, I'm here at Elk Grove Park. It's not that exciting, but the light's good and there's some waterfalls and stuff, so I'm going to take advantage of that. Try to get a few shots here. But anyway, I think this is probably a good point to show you the other unfinished episode from, I don't know, maybe a month or so after the previous one. And it was another one where I attempted to do some wildlife photography, but failed horribly because there was no wildlife anywhere that I tried. But at least there is some POV, so there you go. Let's take a look. Okay, so I am on my way out to Consumnes River Preserve. It's outside of Galt. And I'm going to try my hand at a little wildlife photography today. So I'm going to be using my Minolta Maxim 7000. There's an ugly-ass Cybertruck behind me. I hate those things. They're so they're just abominable looking. I just don't like them. That's just my opinion. Anyway, it turned, thankfully. I don't have to look at it anymore. So yeah, I'm going to try my hand at some wildlife photography today. So I'm going to use my Minolta Maxim 7000. Main reason is because, one, it's fast. Two, I've got a pretty decent zoom lens for it. I'm not a big zoom lens guy, so I don't have that many. But I've got a Tokina, I forget the fucking focal length on it at the moment, but a Tokina zoom lens, pretty good one actually. So I'm going to use that, and we're going to be shooting Tri-X, and it's going to be a little bit different because I've actually never developed with D76 before. I've pretty much always been a Rodinal guy. So recently, though, I've decided that I wanted to start shaking it up. And my local camera store actually had some D76. So we're going to use that. And from what I understand, D76 should give me a little bit cleaner negatives. They're pretty comparable to Rodinal, generally speaking. May not produce as much grain, but it's still Tri-X, so it's still going to be fairly grainy one way or the other. So, but yeah, I think overall, I think this could end up looking really cool. From what I've seen I've never been to Consumnes River Preserve before, but from what I've seen, it's pretty scenic. So we should have I should be able to shoot an entire roll fairly quickly. And I'm going to shoot as much POV as I can. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, that's it for now. I haven't seen any wildlife yet, but I hear it. I hear something. This is an awfully noisy camera to be bringing out here, although I must admit. Well, do I want the wetlands or the river? Let's try the river. Well, I'm getting a hell of a walk in, but it's kind of pitiful though. I don't know how much of it I've actually walked so far, but I'm only on frame number 4 and I haven't seen diddly shit for wildlife, except for one little crane. That's all I've seen. I can hear some critters around, but frankly, I think Lodi Lake's got this place beat, even though this place is bigger. I don't want to walk all the way over there. That's just train tracks over there. Although, nah, I don't want to walk all the way over there. I got all this left to walk yet, so I don't know. I'm starting to doubt I'm going to get my whole roll. I may actually end up only shooting half of it and have to go somewhere else, finish it off, because I definitely want to develop it today. And it's about, what the hell time is it? I left around 3:33, so I got about 2.5 hours before dark. I guess we'll just see what happens, but I mean, I kind of like this growth on these branches. It's interesting, at least. Let's put this. I'm on aperture priority, by the way. My lens only goes down to f4. Come on, Minolta. There we go. Yeah, it's a little dark, but I kind of like this texture. Yeah, that's probably not going to be anything. You don't know, though. You really sometimes just don't know till you process the film and have a look at those negatives. But yeah, it's kind of boring. I think I'll walk a good chunk further, and if it doesn't get any more exciting than this, I'm going to turn my happy ass back around and head back to the truck. Okay, so this is the extremely exciting viewing station where you can take photos and everything. Yeah, I don't think so. I am going to start making my way back to the truck. I've shot 10 shots so far, and I feel like I'm just wasting film. Okay, that was disappointing. I'm sorry I consumed this river preserve, but that was pitiful. I got 12 shots. I got about as many mosquito bites, and I got a rash on my inner thigh. You ever get one of those where you're walking a lot and your legs start rubbing together and you get that chafing rash? I hate that. So, and I don't know if any of those shots were all that great. There was butt-fuck nothing out there for wildlife. I just didn't, except for one crane that was too far away to even get a good shot of. It's a 28 to 80 lens, by the way, that Tokina, which is not really a wildlife lens. At least it's a zoom and not a prime. Part of what inspired me to want to come out and do some wildlife today was the other day I drove out to Lake Amador. I didn't film that for an episode, but there were all these turkey buzzards flying around where I got to my vantage point, and I spent probably half of the roll just shooting these damn vultures. And all right, guy was signaling with his hand out, or no, he's got his hand out still. Okay, feeling the wind, I guess. And but I only had a prime lens, so a lot of those shots were no good. So I thought, well, you know, I got that Tokina, and yeah, it's only an 80, but only goes to an 80. But you know, why not give it a shot? So I don't have any other real good zooms. Actually, I don't have any good zooms at all. This is kind of the nicest zoom I have, and it's not like anything spectacular. I got like a couple from my Nikon, but they're basically kit lenses. I really could do with a nice like 24-70 zoom for my Nikon, and maybe like a nice 70-200, but like a nice one though, you know. The only thing about zoom lenses though is that the nice ones are fucking expensive, man. And here I am already, you know, trying to save up for a nice like Zeiss Prime portrait lens. And so one thing at a time, but you know, is what it is. Anyway, I gotta get out of here and figure out another plan of attack, because I don't want this whole role to go to just, you know, lame, you know, nature shots. I mean, I love nature, but you know, I could do better than that. So yeah, let me figure out what I'm gonna do and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I found a new game plan. There is a sandhill crane preserve about 10 minutes from here, out in Walnut Grove, so that's where I'm headed. So yeah, we're gonna see if that works out better, because this Consumnes River was a big disappointment. So hopefully this we'll see some cranes at least. I was kind of hoping to see some other wildlife, but you know, I saw one crane over there, so we're gonna hopefully see some more. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I got 24 shots left. Let's make them count, shall we? Well, we might be kind of 0 for 2 out here. Although, there were other photographers up the road there. I don't know if you can see that little silver vehicle straight ahead there. Looks like an old Asian couple. But they, you know, they're real wildlife photographers, because they got the gigantic lenses on there. Like, Jesus, I don't know what they could be. You know, 200 to like 600 millimeter or something. Those really huge lenses that are camouflage. But I don't see a lot out here. It looks like it's been tilled all recently. I did find a couple of cool shots on the way. Oh shit, that was a loud truck. I don't know what he's hauling, but it sounds heavy. Yeah, I don't see much wildlife out here either. Where the hell are all the cranes at? So we're kind of 0 for 2 here. It is a nice scenic location though. I might shoot a few shots just of the location, but I don't know, man. I'm starting to get a feeling that there may be no animals on this entire roll. Let's just see what happens here. All right, well, it's getting damn close to 5 o'clock, so I decided that I'd better start heading back home. I briefly was thinking about heading out to Elk Grove, trying to park out there, but I thought, you know what, no. If I'm gonna try anything wildlife, I think my only hope to get anything shot today, because I'm honestly tempted to just go home, but I'm like, no, I've got at least a little bit more time left. I always forget this turn comes out of nowhere. So I thought good old Woodbridge Road, which I was just out here not too long ago. But funny enough, prior to about a month ago, I hadn't been out here in about 12 years, maybe 13. But this is where a lot of the locations in A Strange and the Wretched, the real locations are. So I thought I might just give you a little tour of it while we're out here. I kind of posted one on my Instagram a little while ago.
Head southeast on West Woodbridge Road toward North Van Exel Road.
I thought the GPS had turned off already because I decided not to go. Okay, well, anyway, so yeah, so I'll just give you a little drive along out here. Got a little bit of time left on my battery and my card. So besides, this is a bird sanctuary. It's a crane sanctuary, but you sometimes will see quail and all sorts of different things out here. This was one of my favorite places to come out to years ago. It still kind of is, but coming back out here all these years later, I realized there's not all that much to it. It's actually kind of similar to that Sandhill Crane Staten Island place I was. By the way, that's not to be confused with New York. I know that's the real Staten Island. There is a place in Northern California called Staten Island. It's out by Walnut Grove. That's where the last place I was. But yeah, this is Woodbridge Road. I remember doing a photo shoot out here, one of my earliest photo shoots out here, and a lot of A Strange and the Wretched locations are based on places out here. And yeah. So anyway, that's that. I'm not too confident about wildlife today. I just don't think I'm gonna see too much. I mean, I do hear some things squawking and whatnot in the distance, but let's see here. Still on aperture priority. What aperture am I at? F8. Let's go. F16. Let's try that. It's really calling for a landscape shot. Is what it's really calling for. I don't shoot a lot of landscape though. I really don't. It's kind of why I like square format, because there's no such thing as landscape or portrait. Come on, baby. That is the Maxim 7000 for you. Noisy as hell. Really loud autofocus. It gets kind of fussy too. This is kind of a cool shot right here. No fishing, no hunting, private road. Got it framed right between this gate right here. Let's see if I can get a little bit tighter composition. That's cool. Try to keep that aperture closed down pretty good so I get some faster shutter speeds. This is pretty cool. Somebody blasted the fuck out of this with a shotgun. Unauthorized vehicular use prohibited by law. Vehicular code. Yeah, and I can't read the rest because some buckshot took care of that. I actually used to come shooting out here with my dad when I was a kid. The first time I ever shot a shotgun actually was out on Woodbridge Road here. I don't remember what part of Woodbridge Road. It was so damn long ago. I think I was 6 or 7 at the time. So back in the Pleistocene, I think. Ooh, my tires are getting low. That's not good. Put some air in them bitches. All right, let's see if there's anything else out here. There's actually a lot of vehicle activity out here today. I don't think I've ever seen so damn many cars. Kind of surprising. That's a cool looking little tractor. I like that. It's kind of cool. Might like to not get so much of the road in there. Anyway, I was bitching that the grain silo's got a big fence around it now. It didn't used to have that. We used that as a movie location in Swing Shift 4. I think I mentioned Swing Shift 4 in the Clement Cemetery episode that I did I guess it was about a month ago now. So I can't really get in there to shoot the grain silo like I used to. But that's okay. I still got all my old photos from 2006 and plenty of stuff I shot in there. Shot the trailer, part of the trailer for Swing Shift 5 over there. Yeah, it didn't used to have that fence. It is alarming that there's so many vehicles out here, though. I wonder if they ever tore down the old shack. I guess I owe it to myself to go out there and see, but it doesn't have to be today. I was just out there about a month ago. There's not much to see. Last I saw, it's all overgrown. It looks like shit. I can't even get a halfway decent photo of it because they had a bunch of loading. What do they call those goddamn things? I don't know. containers. I mean, I hear it, but man, I'm just striking out all over the fucking place as far as wildlife is concerned. But it never hurts to get a nice road shot. I did kind of get one out there at the other place in Staten Island. But that might be a nicer shot. Fuck, man, I'm only on frame 24. I still got a third of the damn roll left. And the light is, I mean, this is really kind of prime light. But it's this time of year, being October, it fades pretty quickly. I don't think I have ever seen so many vehicles out here. It's usually totally dead. You'd maybe see one or two vehicles tops. There was, by the way, at the Sandhill Crane Preserve, the actual place, there's like a whole group out there. So, I don't know. It must be a weekday thing. Wait a minute. That's not a weekday. It's Saturday. What the hell am I talking about? I worked today, so it felt like a weekday. That actually kind of explains it now that I think about it. Well, that's kind of cool. I like that little algae-laden ditch. Kind of wouldn't mind getting that pole in the shot, but... What in the shit? I will be damned. That was a 24 roll. I thought it was a 36. The guy at the store sold it to me, said it was a 36. That's what I get for not looking at the box. Well, I guess you've seen my complete adventure now. That's okay. I was basically just trying to find stuff to shoot, so... Well, I guess we'll get home and put that D76 together. Okay, so I'm back in Lodi now, and I'm going to make a quick pit stop at home. I did hit up Galt and Lodi Lake, snapped off a few. I still got 12 shots left on the camera, so I'm going to do that backyard shot to close it off, but I've still got most of the roll left, so I'm going to be wasting at least a handful of shots. Don't know if time is going to permit to make one more stop in Stockton. I don't really think so. So I'm just going to just kind of fire off a few just to finish it up, and then head down to Stockton to drop it off. And that's going to conclude it for this episode. But of course we got to show you the photos, so here they are. Any particularly unique species, just the kind that gives you poison oak and whatnot, which is probably what's in my future. This is a nice shot right here. I don't like that piece of clothing in there, but why do I keep wanting to pull the fucking flap up? I'm not taking my shot yet. Oh, it's a hummingbird. And he's right in front. Okay, I can't resist. He flew away.